Samsaradava nalalidaloka Tranaya karuna gana ganatvam
Samsaradava nalalidaloka Tranaya karuna ganatvam
Praptasya kalyana gunanavasya Vande Guru Shri Charanaravinda
Praptasya kalyana gunarnavasya Vande Guru Shri Charanaravinda
Mahaprabhu Kirtana Nitya Gita Vaditramadyan Manasorasena
Mahaprabhu Kirtana Nritya Gita Vaditramadyan Manasorasena
Romanchakampa Shutarangavajo Vande Guru Shri Charanaravinda
Romanchakampa Shutarangavajo Vande Guru Shri Charanaravinda
Shri Vigrahara Dana Nityanana Shingaratan Mandiramarjanado Yuktasya bhaktam saniyunjatopi Vande Guru Shri Charanaravinda Chaturvida Shri Bhagavad Prasada Swadana Triptan Haribaksha Sanghan Kritraiva Triptim Bhajata Sadaiva Vande Guru Shri Charanaravinda Shri Radhika Madhavayorapara Madhurya Leela Gunarupanam Pratikshanaasvadanalolupasya Vande Guru Shri Charanaravinda Vande Guru Shri Charanaravinda Vande Guru Shri Charanaravinda Nikunjayono Rati Keli Siddhai Yayali Vir Yukti Rapikshaniya Tatrati Daksha Dati Vallavasya Vande Guru Shri Charanaravinda साक्षादरित्वेन समस्तशास्त्रे उक्तस्तथा भाव्यतेव साध्वी किन्तु प्रभोया प्रिय एव तस्य वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणरविन्दम् यस्य प्रसादो भगवत्प्रसादो यस्य प्रसादो न गति कुतोऽपि जयं स्तुवं स्तस्य यस्य श्रीसाद्यं वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणरविन्दम् वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणरविन्दम् वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणरविन्दम् नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासारि गौर भक्त वृंद जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासारि गौर भक्त वृंद चैतन्य नित्यानंद जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Chaitanya Nityananda Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Jaya Radha Nilamadava Radha Nilamadava Radhe Jaya Radha Nilamadava Radha Nilamadava Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Shri Radhe Jai Radhe Jaya Jagannatha Jaya Baladeva Jaya Subhadra Jaya Sudarshana Jaya Sitaram Jaya Sitaram Sitaram Jaya Lakshman Hanuman Jaya Lakshmi Narasingha Jaya Lakshmi Narasingha Lakshmi Narasingha Jaya Lakshmi Narasingha Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol
Jai Om Shnupada Paramahamsa Prataka Acharya Ashtota Shata Shishmati His Divine Grace Aparachana Vrinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai ISKCON BPTPI Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Jai Om Shnupada Paramahamsa Prataka Acharya Ashtota Shata Shishmati His Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Nama Acharya Shil Haridas Thakur ki jai. Premise Kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan ki jai. Shri Vrajadam Vrindavandam ki jai. Shri Navadvip Maipadam ki jai. Shri Purushottam Chaita Jaganpuri Dham ki jai. Shri Ayodhya Dham ki jai. Ganga Mai ki jai. Yamuna Mai ki jai. Bhakti Devi ki jai. Tulsi Devi ki jai. Samavirta Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Harinama Sankirtana ki jai. Nitai Gaura Premanande Hari Hari. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Shishiguru and Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Namaste Narasimhaya. Praglada Lada Dayine. Hiranyakashipurvakshaha. Shilantanka Nakalaye. Ito Narsimha Parato Narsimha. Narsimha Parato Narsimha. Yato Yato Yamitato Narsimha. Bahir Narsimha Hirdaye Narsimha. Narasimha Madim Saranam Prapate. Tavakara Kamala Vare Nakam Abhuta Shingam Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanubrenga Keshavatita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare. Nakara Kamala Vare Nakam Abhuta Shingam Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanubrenga Keshavatirtha Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare. Jayo Keshavatita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare. Vadita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare. Jayo Narasimha Dev 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 Jayo Narasimha Dev. Jayo Prahlad Maharaj Jayo Prahlad Maharaj Jayo Prahlad Maharaj Jayo Prahlad Maharaj Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. नरसिंहदेव भगवान की जय, प्रहलाद महाराज की जय, शीला प्रभुपाद की जय.
Vrindaya Tulasi Devaya Piyaya Keshavascha Vishnu Bhakti Pade Devi Satyavataya Namo Namaha. Vrindaya Tulasi Devaya Piyaya Keshavascha Vishnu Bhakti Pade Devi Satyavataya Namo Namaha. Vrindaya Tulasi Devaya Piyaya Keshavascha Vishnu Bhakti Pade Devi Satyavataya Namo Namaha. Vrinda Devi Tulsi Maharani ki jai.
Namo Namaha Tulasi Krishna Preyasi Namo Namaha Tulasi Krishna Preyasi Namo Namaha Radha Krishna Seva Pabho Ye Abhilashi Radha Krishna Seva Pabho Ye Abhilashi যে তোমার শরণ লয় তারা বাঞ্ছা পূর্ণ হয় কৃপা করি করো তারে বৃন্দাবনবাসী মোরায়ে অভিলাষ বিলাস কুঞ্জে দিও বাস নয়নে হেরিব সদা যুগল রূপরাশি নিবেদন ধরো সাকির অনুগত করো दासी दीना कृष्ण दासे को ये न बुरा होय श्री राधा गोविंद प्रेमे सदा ये न वासी श्री राधा गोविंद प्रेमे सदा ये न भासी नमो नमः तुलसी कृष्ण प्रेयसी नमो नमः यानि कानि च पापानि ब्रह्महत्यादिकानि च तानि तानि प्रणश्यन्ति प्रदक्षिण पदे पदे यानि कानि च पापानि ब्रह्महत्यादिकानि च तानि तानि प्रणश्यन्ति प्रदक्षिण पदे पदे यानि कानि च पापानि ब्रह्महत्यादिकानि च तानि तानि प्रणश्यन्ति प्रदक्षिण पदे पदे Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. जय तुलसी महारानी, जय तुलसी महारानी, जय तुलसी महारानी, जय तुलसी महारानी. जय वृंदा देवी, जय Vrinda Devi, Jaya Vrinda Devi. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Vrindaya Tulasi Devyaya Priyaye Keshavasya cha Krishna Bhakti Prade Devi Sattvatai Namo Namaha. Vrindaya Tulasi Devyaya Priyaye Keshavasya cha Krishna Bhakti Prade Devi Sattvatai Namo Namaha. Vrindaya Tulasi Devyaya Priyaye Keshavasya cha Krishna Bhakti Prade Devi Sattvatai Namo Namaha.
O Tulasi, beloved of Krishna, I bow down before you again and again. My desires in the service of Shri Radha and Krishna. Whoever takes shelter you have wished fulfilled. Bestow mercy upon him and make him a resident of Vrindavan. My desire also grant me residence in the precious groves of Shri Vrindavan Dham. Thus within my vision I shall behold the beautiful person Radha and Krishna. I beg you to make me follow Karho Danso's virgin. Please give me the privileged devotional service and make me your own maidservant. This very fallen lowly servant of Krishna praise. May I always swim the love, Shri Radha and Govinda, Srimati Tulasi Maharani ki jai. There are 10 fancies in the matter of chanting holy name that should be avoided, and they are as follows. 1. To blaspheme the devotees who have dedicated their life for propagating holy name the Lord. 2. To consider name the demigods like Lord Shiva or Brahma to be equal to independent name Lord Vishnu. 3. To disobey the order of the spiritual master. 4. To blaspheme the Vedic literature or literature pursuing the Vedic version. 5. To consider the glory of chanting Hare Krishna to be imagination. 6. To give some interpretation to holy name the Lord. 7. To commit sinful activity and strength of chanting the holy name. 8. To consider chanting Hare Krishna one of the auspicious ritualistic activities, offering the Vedas, fruitive activities, karma, ganda. 9. To instruct a faithful person about the glorious holy name. 10. To have complete faith in the chanting holy names, and to maintain material attachments involved in standing so many instructions on this matter. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to Vaishnava must carefully guard against these 10 offenses in order to quickly achieve desired success. Krishna Prema. Now let us offer our most humble obeisances unto all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord. They are just as I trees who can fulfill to everyone. They are full compassion for the fallen conditioned souls. Shri Chaitanya Shikshastakam ki jai. Jeto Darpanamarjanam Bhavamahadavakni Nirvapanam Shriya Kairava Chandrika Vitaranam Vidyavatu Jivanam Anandam Pudivardhanam Pratipadam Purunamita Sadanam Sarvatmasnapanam Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam Nam Namakari Bahuda Nija Sarva Shaktis Tatra Pita Niyamita Smaranena Kalaha Etadishi Davakripa Bhagavam Hamapi Durudevami Dishami Hajanina Nurakaha Trinatapi Sunichena Tarorapi Sahishnuna Amanina Manadena Kirtaniya Sadaharihi Nathanam Najanam Nasundarim Kavitam Vajagadisha Kamaye Mama Jammani Jammanishvare Pavata Bhaktir Haituki Tavayi Ayinanda Tanuja Kinkaram Patitam Han Vishame Bhavam Puto Kripaya Tava Pada Pankaja Sthitaturi Satisham Vichintaya Nayanam Karadashuru Daraya Vadanam Gat Gata Rudaya Gira Pulakai Nichitam Apurukada Tavanama Grahane Bhavishati Yuga itam nimishena chakshusha pravisha itam shunya itam jagat sarvam govinda virahena me ashrisha va padaratam pinnastumam adarsanam marmahatam karotu va yatha tatha va vitathatu lampato matprananathastu sa eva na paraha Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Chaitanya Shastakam Ki Jai. Glory to Shri Krishna Sankirtana, which cleanses the heart of all the dasa committed for years and distinguishes the fire of conditional life, repeated death, present death. This Sankirtan movement is prime benediction humanity at large because it spreads the rays of the benediction moon. It is the life of all transcendental knowledge. It increases the ocean transcendent bliss and enables us to fully taste the nectar for which always anxious. O my Lord, your holy name alone grants all benediction to human beings. Thus you have hundreds of millions of names like Krishna and Govinda. In these transcendental names, you have vested all your transcendental energies. There are not even hard and fast rules for chanting these names. O my Lord, our kindness enables us to easily approach you by your holy names, but I am so unfortunate I have no attraction for them. One should chant the holy name of the Lord in humble state of mind, thinking oneself lower than the straw in the street. One should be more tolerant than the tree, devoid of all sense of false prestige, and should be ready to offer all respect to others. In such a state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly. O Almighty Lord, I have no desire to accumulate wealth, nor to desire beautiful women, nor do I want any number of followers. I only want your causeless devotional service, birth after birth. O Son of Maharajananda Krishna, I am eternal servitor, yet somehow I fall in the ocean of birth and death. Please pick me up from this ocean of death and place me among the atoms of lotus feet. O my Lord, while my eyes be decorated with tears of love flowing constant when I chant your holy name, while my voice choke up or hurts my body stand and to recitation of your name. O Govinda, feeling your separation, I'm constant moment to be like a great millennium. Tears are flowing from my eyes like torrents of rain, and I'm feeling all vacant in the world in your absence. I know no one but Krishna as my Lord, and he shall remain so even if he handles me roughly by his embrace, or makes me broken-hearted by not being present before me. He is completely free to do anything and everything, for he is always my worshipable Lord, unconditionally. Shri Chaitanya Shastakam Ki Jai. Shri Mangala Charnam Prayers Ki Jai. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jananjana Shalakaya Chakshum Litam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manopishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Soyam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahakana Ragnatham Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakham Vitamscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nivishesha Shunyavadi Pachadya Desha Tarine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Iti Namine Shri Varshabhanavi Devi Daidaya Kripaptaye Krishna Sambandha Vijnana Dayine Prabhavin Namaha Madhuryo Jala Premadhya Shri Rupa Nukha Bhaktita Shri Gaura Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namostute Namaste Gauravani Shri Murtaye Dinadarine Rupanuga Viruddha Siddhanta Dvanta Harine Namo Gaura Kishoraya Sakshat Vairagya Murtaye Vipralambara Sambodhe Padam Pujayate Namaha Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Sachidananda Namine Gaura Shakti Svarupaya Rupanuga Varayate Gaura Virbhava Bhumistvam Nirdeshta Sajana Priyaha Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Shri Jagannathaya Te Namaha Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bhevacha Patitanam Pavnebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Padayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaurateshe Namaha Pancha Tattvatammakam Krishna Bhakta Rupa Swarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakham Namami Bhakta Shaktikam He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagapate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Jayatam Srato Pangor Mamamanta Materkati Masarva Svapadam Bojo Radha Madana Mohano Divya Dvindadana Kalpadumada Shimadara Nagara Singhasanasto Shimadratha Shila Govinda Devo Prishtaribi Sevyamano Smarami Shiman Rasa Rasaram Bivam Sivada Tatastitaha Karsham Venus Vaner Gopir Gopinatha Shiyestunaha Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanu Sute Devi Panamami Hari Priye Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Dadara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Shri Mangalacharna Prayers Ki Jai Shri Brahma Samhita Ki Jai Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha Anadiradi Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam Chintamani Parakara Satmasu Kalpaviksha Laksharviteshu Surabhi Rabi Palayantam Lakshmi Sahasa Shatasam Brahmasevyamanam Govindam Madi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Venum Kavanantam Aravinda Dalaya Daksham Parharvatam Samasitam Buddha Sundarangam Gantarpa Goti Kamaniya Vishesha Shopam Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Alola Chantakala Savanamada Vamshi Ranangadam Pranayakeli Kalavilasam Shamam Tribanga Lalitam Yatapakasham Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Angani Yasya Sakalendriya Vrittimanti Pashanti Panti Kalayanti Chiram Jaganti Ananda Chimma Satujala Vigrahasya Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Advaitam Achotam Anadi Mananta Rupam Adyam Purana Purusham Navayovanam Cha Vedeshu Durlabam Adurlabam Atma Bhakta Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Pantastu Koti Shatavassara Sampragamyo Vayuratapi Manaso Muni Pangavanam Sopiyasti Yapapada Simya Vichinta Tatve Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Ekopya Sora Chayitum Jagatanta Kotim Ya Chakti Rasti Jagatanta Chayaya Dantaha Antantarastha Paramanu Chayantarastham Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Yad Bhava Bhavita Diyo Manujasta Teva Samprapya Rupa Mahima Sanayana Pushaha Suktaryam Eva Nigama Patitai Stuvanti Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Ananda Chimme Rasa Patipavitapis Tape Evan Jarupa Taya Kalapihi Goloka Eva Nivasati Kilatma Bhuto Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Premanjana Churuta Bhakti Vilochanena Santa Sadeva Hidayeshu Vilokayanti Yam Shama Sundam Achintya Guna Swarupam Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Rama Dimutishu Kalani Yamena Tishtan Nana Vatarama Karo Bhuvaneshu Kintu Krishna Swayam Samabhava Parama Pumam Yo Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Krishna, who is not Govinda, the Supreme Godhead, has an eternal blissful spiritual body. He is the origin of all. He has no other origin and the prime cause of all causes.
The first progenitor healing all desire, in abodes built with spiritual gems, surrounded by millions of purpose trees, always served with great reverence and affection by hundreds.
I worship Govinda, the primeval lord, who's adept in playing on his flute, with blooming eyes like lotus petals, with head decked with peacock feather, with a figure of beauty tinged with the hue of blue clouds, and his unique loveliness charming millions of cupids.
I worship Govinda, the primeval lord. Round whose neck is swinging a garland of flowers, beautified with the moon locket, whose two hands are adorned with the flute and jeweled ornaments, who always revels in the pastimes of love, whose graceful threefold blending form of Sham Sundara is eternally manifest.
I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, whose transcendental form is full of bliss, truth, substantiality, and is thus full of the most dazzling splendor. Each of the limbs of that transcendental figure possesses in himself the full-fledged functions of all the organs, and eternally sees, maintains, and manifests the infinite universes, both spiritual and mundane.
I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who is inaccessible to the Vedas, but obtainable by pure, unalloyed devotion of the soul, who is without a second, who is not subject to decay, is without a beginning, whose form is endless, and who is the beginning and the eternal Purusha. Yet he is a person possessing the beauty of a blooming youth.
I worship Govinda, the primeval lord, only the tip of the toe of whose lotus feet is approached by the yogis, who aspire after the transcendental and betake themselves to pranayama by drilling the respiration, or by the jnanis who try to find out the non-differentiated Brahman by the process of illumination of the mundane, extending over thousands of millions of years.
He is an undifferentiated entity, as there is no distinction between potency and the possessor thereof. In his work of creation of millions of worlds, his potency remains inseparable. All the universes exist in him, and he is present in his fullness in every one of the atoms that are scattered throughout the universe at one and the same time. Such is the primeval Lord whom I adore.
I adore the same Govinda, the primeval Lord, in whose praise men who are imbued with devotion sing the mantra suktas told by the Vedas, by gaining their appropriate beauty, greatness, thrones, conveyances, and ornaments.
I worship Govinda, the primeval lord, residing in his own realm Goloka with Radha, resembling his own spiritual figure, the embodiment of the ecstatic potency possessed by the 64 artistic activities, in the company of her confidant Sakis, embodiments of the extensions of her bodily form, permeated and vitalized by his ever blissful spiritual rasa.
I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who is Sham Sundar, Krishna himself, with inconceivable, innumerable attributes, whom the pure devotees see in their heart of hearts with the eye of devotion, tinged with the salve of love.
I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who manifested himself personally as Krishna, and the different avatars in the world in the forms of Rama, Narsimha, Vamana, etc. as his subjective portions. Sri Brahma Samhita ki Jai.
Bhagavad Gita 7.1 Purport. Shrinvatam swakata Krishna punya sravana kirtanah hrudiyanta hiso hi abhadrani vidunoti suhritsatam nasta prayesva abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati uttama sloke bhaktir bhavati naistiki tada rajastamo bhava kama lobha dayaschai cheta eter anavidam stitam sattve prasidati evam prasanna manaso bhagavad bhakti yogatah भगवत तत्व विज्ञानम मुक्त संगस्य जायते विद्यते हृदय ग्रंथिश्चिद्यन्ते सर्व संशयाः क्षीयन्ते च कर्माणि दृष्टा एवात्मनीश्वरे.
To hear about Krishna from Vedic literatures or to hear from him directly through the Bhagavad Gita is itself righteous activity. And for one who hears about Krishna, Lord Krishna, who is dwelling in everyone's heart, acts as a best wishing friend and purifies the devotee who constantly engages in hearing of him.
In this way, a devotee naturally develops his dormant transcendental knowledge. As he hears more about Krishna from the Bhagavatam and from the devotees, he becomes fixed in devotional service of the Lord.
By development of devotional service, one becomes freed from the modes of passion and ignorance, and thus material lust and avarice are diminished.
When these impurities are wiped away, the candidate remains steady in his position of pure goodness, becomes enlivened by the devotional service, and understands the signs of God perfectly.
Thus, Bhakti Yoga severs the hard knot of material affection and enables one to come at once to the stage of a samsaya samagra, understanding of the Supreme Absolute Truth Personality of Godhead. Therefore, only by hearing from Krishna or from his devotee in Krishna consciousness can one understand the signs of Krishna.
Hare Krishna. We'll continue reading Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 8, Text 5. Pravista karna randrena swanam bhava saroruham dhunoti salam Krishna salilasya yatha sarat. Pravistita, thus being entered, karna randrena, through the holes of the ears, swanam, according to one's liberated position, bhava, constitutional relationship, saraha ruham, the lotus flower, dunoti, cleanses, samalam, material qualities like lust, anger, avarice, and hankering, Krishna, Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, salilasya, of the reservoir of waters, yatha, as it were, sarad, the autumn season. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The sound incarnation of Lord Krishna, the Supreme Soul, that is Srimad Bhagavatam, enters into the heart of a self-realized devotee, sits on the lotus flower of his loving relationship, and thus cleanses the dust of material association, such as lust, anger, and hankering. Thus it acts like autumnal rains upon pools of muddy water. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. It is said that a single pure devotee of the Lord can deliver all the fallen souls of the world. Thus, one who is actually in the confidence of a pure devotee like Narada or Sukadeva Goswami, and thus is empowered by one spiritual master as Narada was by Brahmaji, can not only deliver himself from the clutches of Maya or illusion, but can deliver the whole world by his pure and empowered devotional strength. The comparison to the autumnal rain that falls on muddy reservoirs of water is very appropriate. During the rainy season, all the waters the comparison of the autumnal rain that falls on muddy reservoirs of water is very appropriate. During the rainy season, all the waters of the rivers become muddy. But in the month of July, August, the autumn season, when there is a slight rainfall, the muddy waters of the rivers all over the world become at once clear. By addition of some chemical, a small reservoir of water like that of a metropolitan waterworks tank can be cleared. But by such a tiny effort, it is not possible to clear up all the reservoirs of water like the rivers. A powerful, pure devotee of the Lord, however, can deliver not only his personal self, but also many others in his association. In other words, the cleansing of the polluted heart by other methods like the culture of empiric knowledge or mystic gymnastics can simply cleanse one's own heart, but devotional service to the Lord is so powerful that it can cleanse the hearts of the people in general by the devotional service of the pure, empowered devotee. A true representative of the Lord like Narada, Sukadeva Goswami, Lord Chaitanya, the six Goswamis, and later Srila Bhakti Vinoda Thakura and Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, etc., can deliver all people by their empowered devotional service. By sincere efforts to hear Srimad Bhagavatam, one realizes his constitutional relationship with the Lord in the transcendental humor of servitude, friendship, paternal affection, or conjugal love. And by such self-realization, one becomes situated at once in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. Not only were all the pure devotees like Narada self-realized souls, but they were engaged in preaching work automatically by spiritual impetus. And thus they delivered many poor souls entangled in the material modes. They became so powerful because they sincerely followed the Bhagavatam principles by regularly hearing and worshipping. By such actions, the accumulated material lusts, etc., become cleansed by the personal endeavor of the Lord within the heart. The Lord is always within the heart of the living being, but he becomes manifested by one's devotional service. Purification of the heart by culture of knowledge or mystic yoga may be alright for the time being for an individual person, but it is like the cleansing of a small quantity of stagnant water by chemical processes. Such clarification of water may stand for the time being and the sediments settle down, but by a slight agitation everything becomes muddy. The idea is that devotional service to the Lord is the only method of cleansing the heart for good, whereas other methods may be superficially good for the time being. There is a risk of becoming muddy again due to agitation of the mind. Devotional service to the Lord with specific attention for hearing Srimad Bhagavatam regularly and always is the best recommended method for liberation from the clutches of illusion.
Canto 2, Chapter 8, Text 6. Dautatma Purusha Krishna Padamulam Namu Munchati Mukta Sarva Parikleshaha Pantah Swa Sharanam Yatha. Dauta Atma, whose heart has been cleansed, Purushaha, the living being, Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Padamulam, the shelter of the lotus feet, Na, never, Munchati, gives up, Mukta, liberated, Sarva, all, Parikleshaha, of all miseries of life, Pantaha, the traveler, Swasharanam, in his own abode, Yatha, as it were. Translation: a pure devotee of the Lord, whose heart has once been cleansed by the process of devotional service, never relinquishes the lotus feet of Lord Krishna, for they fully satisfy him, as a traveler is satisfied at home after a troubled journey. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. One who is not a pure devotee of the Supreme Lord Krishna is not completely cleansed in the heart, but a perfectly cleansed person never quits the devotional service of the Lord. In discharging such devotional service as ordered by Brahmaji or Narada to Narada in the preaching of Srimad Bhagavatam, sometimes a representative of the Lord engaged in preaching work meets various so-called difficulties. This is exhibited by Lord Nityananda when he delivered the two fallen souls, Jagai and Madhai. And similarly, Lord Jesus Christ was crucified by the non-believers. But such difficulties are very gladly suffered by the devotees in preaching, because in such activities, although apparently very severe, the devotees of the Lord feel transcendental pleasure because the Lord is satisfied. Prahlad Maharaj suffered greatly, but still he never forgot the lotus feet of the Lord. This is because a pure devotee of the Lord is so purified in his heart that he cannot leave the shelter of Lord Krishna in any circumstances. There is no self-interest in such service. The progress of culturing knowledge by the jnanis or the bodily gymnastics by the yogis are ultimately given by the respective performers. But a devotee of the Lord cannot give up the service of the Lord, for he is ordered by his spiritual master. Pure devotees like Narada and Nityananda Prabhu take up the order of the spiritual master as the sustenance of life. They do not mind what becomes of the future of their lives. They take the matter very seriously as the order comes from the higher authority, from the representative of the Lord, or from the Lord himself. The example set herein is very appropriate. A traveler leaves home to search for wealth in far distant places, sometimes in the forest and sometimes on the ocean and sometimes on hilltops. Certainly, there are many troubles for the traveler when he is in such unknown places, but all such troubles are at once mitigated as soon as the sense of his family affection is remembered. And as soon as he returns home, he forgets all such troubles on the way. A pure devotee of the Lord is exactly in a family tie with the Lord, and therefore he is undeterred in discharging his duty in a full affectionate tie with the Lord.
Text 7. Yadadatu mato brahma deharambosya datu bihi yadrichaya hetunava bhavanto janate yata. Yet, as it is, other to mata, without being materially constituted, Brahman, O learned Brahmana, Deha, the material body. Arambha, the beginning of Asya, the living beings. Dhatubihi, by matter. Yadrachaya, without cause, accidental. Hetuna, due to some matter. Va, either. Due to some cause. Va, that to be my matter. Yakshaya, without cause. Hetuna, due to some cause. Va, either. Bhavanta, your good self. Janate, as you may know it. Yata, so you may inform me. Translation. O learned Brahmana, the transcendental spirit soul is different from the material body. Does he acquire the body accidentally or by some cause? Will you kindly explain this as it is known to you?
For it is known to you.
For it is known to you. Purport. Maharaj Parikshit, being a typical devotee, is not only satisfied by confirming the importance of hearing the Srimad Bhagavatam from the representative of Brahmaji by disciplined succession, but he is still more anxious to establish the philosophical basis of Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam is the science of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and as such, all questions that may arise in the mind of a serious student must be cleared by the statements of the authority. A person on the path of devotional service may inquire about his spiritual master, all about the spiritual position of God and from the living beings. From the Bhagavad Gita, as well as from the Srimad Bhagavatam, it is known that qualitatively the Lord and the living qualitatively the Lord and the living beings are one. The living beings in the conditioned state of material existence is subjected to many transmigrations by continuous changing of the material body. But what are the causes of the material embodiment of the part and parcel of the Lord? Maharaj Parikshit inquires about this very important matter for the benefit of all classes and candidates on the path of self-realization and devotional service to the Lord. Indirectly, it is confirmed that the Supreme Being, the Lord, makes no such material changes of body. He is spiritually whole, with no difference between his body and soul, unlike the conditioned soul. The liberated living beings who associate with that Lord and person who are also exactly like the Lord. Only the conditioned souls awaiting liberation are subjected to change of bodies. How is the process first begun? In the process of devotional service, the first step is to take shelter of the Supreme Master. Then inquire from the Supreme Master for all about the process.
Spiritual master.
Then inquire from the spiritual master all about the process. This inquiry is essential for immunity to all kinds of offenses on the path of devotional service. Even if one is fixed in devotional service like Maharaj Parikshit, he must still inquire from the realized spiritual master all about this. In other words, the spiritual master must also be well versed and learned, so that he may be able to answer all these inquiries from the devotees. Thus, one who is not well versed in the authorized scriptures and not able to answer all such relevant inquiries should not pose as a spiritual master, for the matter is material gain. It is illegal to become a spiritual master if one is unable to deliver the disciple.
Ashidyad udarat padmam loka samstana lakshanam yavan ayam vaipurusha iyata vayavai pratik tavan ashav iti proktaha samstavai vayavavan iva Asad, as it grew, Yat Udarat, from whose abdomen, Padmam, lotus flower, Loka, world, Samstana, situation, Lakshanam, possessed of, Yavan, of God, head, as it were, I am this. Vai, certainly, Purusha, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Iyata, Iyata, measurement. Avayavai, by embodiments. Pratak, different. Tavan, so. Asau, that. Iti prokta. It is so said. Samrishta samsta situation. Avayavavan, embodiment. Eva, like. Translation. If the Supreme Personality of Godhead, from whose abdomen the lotus stem sprouted, is possessed of a gigantic body according to his own caliber and measurement, then what is the specific difference between the body of the Lord and those of common living entities? Purport. One should note how Maharaj Parikshit intelligently put questions before his spiritual master for scientific understanding of the transcendental body of the Lord. It has been described in many places before this that the Lord assumed a gigantic body like that of Karanodakashayi Vishnu, from whose hair porous innumerable universes have generated. The body of Garbhodakasai Vishnu is described as sprouting the lotus stem, within which all the planets of the universe remain, and at the top of the stem is the lotus flower on which Lord Brahma is born. In the gigantic creation of the creation of the material world, the Supreme Lord undoubtedly assumes his gigantic body, and living entities also get bodies, big or small, according to necessity. For example, an elephant gets a gigantic body according to its needs, and so also an ant gets its body according to its needs. Similarly, if the personality of Godhead assumes a gigantic body to accommodate the universes or the planets of a particular universe, there is no difference in the principle of assuming or accepting a particular type of body simply by the difference in terms of necessity. A living being and the Lord cannot be distinguished simply by the difference in the magnitude of the body. So the answer depends on the specific significance of the body of the Lord, as distinguished from the body of the common living being.
Text 9, Canto 2, Chapter 8. Aja Shujati Bhutani Bhutatma Yed Anugrahat Dadrishina Tadrupam Nabi Padma Samudbhavaha. Aja, one who is born without a material source. Srijati creates. Bhutani, all those materially born. Bhutatma, having a body of matter. Yet, whose Anugrahat, by the mercy of. Dadrushe, could see. Yena, by whom. Tatrupam, his form of body. Nabi, navel. Padma, lotus flower. Samudbhavaha, being born of. Translation. Brahma, who was not born of a material source, but of the lotus flower coming out of the navel abdomen of the Lord, is the creator of all those who are materially born. Of course, by the grace of the Lord, Brahma was able to see the form of the Lord. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. The first living creature, Brahma, is called Ajah, because he did not take his birth from the womb of a mother materially born. He was directly born from the bodily expansion of the lotus flower of the Lord. Thus, it is not readily understandable whether the body of the Lord and that of Brahma are of the same quality or different. This must also be clearly understood. One thing is, however, certain: Brahma was completely dependent on the mercy of the Lord, because after his birth he could create living beings by the Lord's grace only, and he could see the form of the Lord. Whether the form seen by Brahma is of the same quality as that of Brahma is a bewildering question, and Maharaja Parikshit wanted to get clear answers from Srila Sukadeva Goswami.
Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 8, Text 10. Sa chapi yatra purusho vishwastiti udbhavapyayaha muktatma mayam mayesha sete sarva guhasaya. Saha, he, cha also, api, as he is, yatra, where, purusha, the personality of Godhead, vishwa, the material worlds, tithi, maintenance, udbhava, creation, apyaya, annihilation, muktva, without being touched, atma mayam, own energy, maya isha, the lord of all energies, sete, does lie on, sarva guha saye, saya, one who lies in everyone's heart. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Please also explain the personality of Godhead, who lies in every heart of the as the super soul and as the lord of all energies, but is untouched by his external energy. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Undoubtedly, the form of the Lord who was seen by Brahma must be transcendental. Otherwise, how could he simply look upon the creative energy without being touched? It is understood also that the same Purusha lies in the heart of every living entity. This also requires proper explanation.
Text 11. Purusha vaya loka sapala purva kalpita lokera amusya vayava sapaler iti sushruma. Purusha, the universal form of the Lord, Virat Purusha. Avayavaha, avayavai, by different parts of the body. Loka, the planetary system. Sapala, with the respective governors. Purva, formerly. Kalpita, discussed. Lokai, by the different planetary systems. Amusya, his. Avayavaha, different parts of the body. Sopala, with the governors. Iti, thus. Sushruma, I heard. Translation. O learned Brahmana, it was formally explained that all the planets of the universe with their respective governors are situated in different parts of the gigantic body of the Virat Purusha. I have also heard that the different planetary systems are supposed to be in the gigantic body of the Virat Purusha. But what is their actual position? Will you please explain that?
Canto 2, Chapter 8, Text 12. Yavan kalpo vikalpo va yata kala numi yate bhuta bhavya bhavachabdha ayurmanam chayat sataha. Yavan, as it is, kalpaha, the duration of time between creation and annihilation, vikalpaha, subsidiary creation and annihilation, va, either, yatha, as also, kalaha, the time, anumuyate, is measured, bhuta, past, bhavya, future, bhavat, present, shabdaha, sound, ayuhu, duration of life, manam, measurement, cha, also, yat, which, sataha, of all living beings in all planets. Translation. Also, please explain the duration of time between creation and annihilation, and that of other subsidiary creations, as well as the nature of time, indicated by the sound of past, present, and future. Also, please explain the duration and measurement of life of the different living beings known as the demigods, the human beings, etc., in different planets of the universe. Purport. Past, present, and future are different features of time to indicate the duration of life for the universe and all its paraphernalia, including the different living beings in different planets.
Take Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 8, Text 13. Kalasyanugatyarya lakshyatenvi brihatipi api brihati yavatyaha karma gatayo yadrishir sattama Kalasya.
Kalasya of eternal time. Anugati, beginning. Yatu, as they are. Lakshyate, experienced. Anvi, small. Bruhati, great. Api, even. Yavatya, as long as. Karmagataya, in terms of the work performed. Yadrishi, as it may. Dvijasattama, O purest of all Brahmanas.
Translation. O purest of the Brahmanas, please also explain the cause of the different durations of time, both short and long, as well as the beginning of time following the course of action. Daddy, can I read this one too, please? Yes. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 8, Text 14. Yasmin karma samavayo yata yena grihayate gunanam gunenam chaiva parinama abhipsitam satam. Yasmin, in which karma, actions, samavaya, accumulation, yata, as far as, yena, by which, upagrihayate, takes over, gunanam, of the different modes of material nature, guninam, of the living beings. Cha, also, eva, certainly. Parinamam, resultant. Abhipsatam, of the desires. Translation. Then again kindly describe how the proportionate accumulation of the reactions resulting from the modes from the different modes of material nature act upon the desiring living being, promoting or degrading him among the different species of life, beginning from the demigods down to the most insignificant creatures. Purport. In the actions and reactions of all works in the material modes of nature, either in the minute form or in the gigantic form, are accumulated, and thus the result of such accumulated reactions of karma or work become manifested in the same proportion. How such actions and reactions take place, what their different procedures are, and in what proportion they act are all subject matters of Maharaj Parikshit inquires from the great Brahmana Sukadeva Goswami. Life in the higher planets, known as the abodes of denizens of heaven, is obtained not by the strength of spacecraft as in now being contemplated by the inexperienced scientists, but by works done in the mode of goodness, even on the very planet where we are now living. There are restrictions upon the entrance of foreigners into a country where the citizens are more prosperous. For example, the American government has many restrictions for the entrance of foreigners from less prosperous countries. The reason is that the Americans do not wish to share their prosperity with any foreigner who has not qualified himself as a citizen of America. Similarly, the same mentality is prevailing in every other planet where there are more intelligent living beings residing. The higher planetary living conditions are all in the mode of goodness, and anyone desiring to enter the higher planets like the moon, sun, and Venus must qualify thoroughly by activity in complete goodness. Maharaj Parikshit's inquiries are on the basis of proportionate actions of goodness, which qualify one in this planet to be promoted to the highest regions of the universe.
Even on this planet of our present residence, one cannot achieve a good position within the social order without being qualified with proportionate good work. One cannot forcibly sit on the chair of a high court judge without being qualified for the post. Similarly, one cannot enter into the higher planetary systems without being qualified by good works in this life. Persons addicted to the habits of passion and ignorance have no chance of entering the higher planetary system simply by an electronic mechanism. According to the statement of Bhagavad Gita 9.25, persons trying to qualify themselves for promotion to the higher heavenly planets can go there. Similarly, persons trying for the Pitralokas can go there. Similarly, persons trying to improve the conditions on this earth can also do that. And persons who are engaged in going back home, back to Godhead, can achieve the result. The various actions and reactions of work in the mode of goodness are generally known as pious work with devotional service. Pious work with devotional service, culture of knowledge with devotional service, mystic powers with devotional service, and at last, devotional service unmixed with any other varieties of goodness. This unmixed devotional service is transcendental and is called Parabhakti. It alone can promote a person to the transcendental kingdom of God. Such a transcendental kingdom is not a myth, but is as factual as the moon. One must have transcendental qualities to understand the kingdom of God and God Himself.
Canto 2, Chapter 8, Text 15. Bhupatalakakub Vyoma Nakshatra Bhubhritam Sarit Samudradvipanam Sambhavaschaitat Odokasam. Bhupatala, underneath the land. Kakup, the four sides of the heavens. Vyoma, the sky. Graha, the planets. Nakshatra, the stars. Bhubhritam, of the hills. Sarit, the river. Samudra, the sea. Dvipanam, of the islands. Sambhavaha, appearance. Cha, also. Etat, there. Okasam, of the inhabitants. Translation: O best of the Brahmanas, please also describe how the creation of the globes throughout the universe, the four directions of the heavens, the sky, the planets, the stars, the mountains, the rivers, the seas, and the islands, as well as their different kinds of inhabitants takes place. Purport: the inhabitants of different varieties of land, etc., are differently situated, and not all of them are equal in all respects. The inhabitants of the land are different from the inhabitants of the water or the sky. And similarly, the inhabitants of the different planets and stars in the sky are also different from one another. By the laws of the Lord, no place is vacant, but the creatures of one particular place are different from those of other places. Even in human society, the inhabitants of the jungles or the deserts are different from those of the cities and villages. They are so made according to different qualities of the modes of nature. Such adjustment by the laws of nature is not blind. There is a great plan behind the arrangement. Maharaj Parikshit requests the great sages Sukadeva Goswami to explain all these authoritatively in accordance with proper understanding.
Pramanam andakosya bahyabhyadanta antarabedata mahatam chanucharitam varnashrama vinishaya. Pramanam, extended measurement, anda koshaya, of the universe, bahya, outer space, abhyantara, inner space, vedata, by division of, mahatma, of the great souls, cha, also, anucharitam, character and activities, varna, castes, ashrama, orders of life, vinishaya, specifically described, translation. Also, please describe the inner and outer space of the universe by specific divisions, as well as the character and activities of the great souls, and also the characteristics of the different classes, classification of the castes, and orders of social life. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Maharaj Parikshit is a typical devotee of Lord Krishna, and as such, he is anxious to know the complete significance of the creation of the Lord. He wants to know the inner and outer space of the universal form. It is quite fitting for the real searcher of knowledge to know all about this. Those who are of the opinion that the devotees of the Lord are satisfied with more sentiments can find in the inquiries of Maharaj Parikshit good lessons as to how inquisitive a pure devotee is to know things in their true perfection. The modern scientist is unable to know about the inner space of the universal horizon, and what to speak of the space which covers the universe. Maharaj Parikshit is not satisfied with only material knowledge. He is inquisitive about the character and activities of the great souls, the devotees of the Lord. The glories of the Lord and the glories of his devotees combined together comprise the complete knowledge of Srimad Bhagavatam. Lord Krishna shows his mother the complete universal creation within his mouth, while she, completely charmed by her son, wanted to look inside the mouth of the Lord just to see how much earth the child has eaten. By the grace of the Lord, the devotees are able to see everything in the universe within the mouth of the Lord. This very idea that the scientific divisions of 4 classes of human society and 4 orders of life are also inquired about herewith on the basis of individual personal equality. The 4 divisions are exactly like the 4 divisions of one personal body. The parts and parcels of a body are non-different from the body, but by themselves they are only part. That is the significance of the whole scientific system of 4 castes and 4 social orders. The value of such scientific divisions of human society can be ascertained only in terms of the proportionate development of devotional service to the Lord. Any person employed in government service, including the president, is a part and parcel of the entire government. Everyone is a government servant, but no one is the government himself. That is the position of all living entities in the government of the Supreme Lord. No one can artificially claim the supreme position of the Lord. But everyone is meant to serve the purpose of the Supreme Whole.
Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 8, Text 17. Yugani yugamanam cha dharmo yascha yuge yuge avataranuscha ritam yad ascharyata mam hare.
Yugani, the different ages. Yugamanam, the duration of each age. Cha, as well as. Dharma, the particular occupational duty. Yaksha, and which. Yuge yuge, in each and every yuga, or particular age. Avatara, the incarnation. Anucharitam, and the activities of the incarnation. Yat, which. Ascharyatamam, the most wonderful activities. Hare, of the Supreme Lord.
Translation. Please explain all the different ages in the duration of the creation and also the duration of such ages. Also tell me about the different activities of the different incarnations of the Lord in different ages. Purport. Lord Krishna is the original personality of Godhead, and all the incarnations of the Supreme Lord, although non-different from him, are emanations from the Supreme. Maharaj Parikshit inquired from the great and learned sage Sukadeva Goswami about the different activities of such incarnations so that the incarnation of the Lord might be confirmed by his activities in the authoritative scriptures. Maharaj Parikshit was not to be carried away by the sentiments of the common man to accept an incarnation of the Lord very cheaply. Instead, he wished to accept the incarnation of the Lord by symptoms mentioned in the Vedic literatures and confirmed by an acharya like Sukadeva Goswami. The Lord descends by his internal energy without any obligation to the laws of material nature, and thus his activities are also uncommon. The specific activities of the Lord are mentioned, and one should know that the activities of the Lord and the Lord himself are identical due to being on the absolute plane. Thus, to hear the activities of the Lord means to associate with the Lord directly. And association with the Lord directly means purification from material contamination. We have already discussed this point in the previous volume.
Text 18, Canto 2, Chapter 8. Nunam sadharano dharma savisheshascha yadrishaha Srininam rajarshinam cha dharma krichreshu jivatam. Nunam, of human society. Sadharana, general. Dharma, religious affiliation. Savisheshaha, specific. Cha, also. Yadrishaha, as they are. Shreninam, of the particular three classes. Rajarshinam, of the saintly royal order. Cha, also. Dharma, occupational duty. Kruchreshu, in the matter of distressed condition. Jivatam, of the living beings. Translation. Please also explain what may generally be the common religious affiliations of human society, as well as their specific occupational duties in religion, the classification of the social orders, as well as the administrative royal orders, and the religious principle for one who may be in distress. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. The common religion of all classes of human beings, regardless of whosoever and whatsoever one may be, is devotional service. Even the animals may be included in devotional service to the Lord. And the best example is set by Sri Vajrangaji or Hanuman, the great devotee of Lord Sri Rama. As we have already discussed, even the aborigines and cannibals can also be engaged in the devotional service of the Lord if they happen to be under the guidance of a genuine devotee of the Lord. In the Skanda Purana, there is a narration that a hunter in the jungle became the most enlightened devotee of the Lord by the guidance of Sri Narada Muni. Therefore, devotional service to the Lord can be equally shared by every living being. Religious affiliation in terms of different countries and cultural circumstances is obviously not the common religion of the human being. Rather, the basic principle is devotion service. Even if a particular type of religious principle does not recognize the supremacy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the followers still have to obey the disciplinary principles laid down by a particular leader. Such a leader of a religious sect is never the supreme leader because such a circumstantial leader comes to the position of leadership after undergoing some penance. The Supreme Personality of Godhead does not, however, require to be under disciplinary action to become leader. As we see in the activities of Lord Krishna, the occupational duties of the castes and the orders of society following the principles of livelihood also depend on the principle of devotional service. In the Bhagavad Gita, it is stated that a person can achieve the highest perfection of life simply by avoiding the results of his occupational duty unto the devotional service of the Lord. People following the principles of devotional service to the Lord can never be put into difficulty, and thus there cannot be any question of apadharma or religion in distress. As will be explained in this book by the greatest authority, Srila Sukadeva Goswami, there is no religion save and except the devotional service of the Lord, though this may be presented in different forms.
Canto 2, Chapter 8, Text 19. Tattvanam parishankyanam lakshanam hetu lakshanam purusharadhana vidhir yogasyadhyasmi kasyacha. Tattvanam, of the elements that constitute the creation, parishankyanam, of the number of such elements, lakshanam, symptoms, hetu lakshanam, the symptoms of the causes, purusha, of the Lord, aradhana, of devotional service, vidihi, rules and regulations, yogasya, of cultivation of the yoga system, adhyatmikasya, spiritual methods leading to devotional service, cha, also. Translation: kindly explain all about the elementary principles of creation, the number of such elementary principles, their causes and their development, and also the process of devotional service and the method of mystic powers.
Okay, sure.
There will be one of these words, okay?
Daddy, the first spelling bee contest is
contest? Huh? Today? Yes. Wait, don't put your hands in the fan, please. No hands in the fan, please. Can you bring the group picture? Don't disturb. Wait, step back. Wait. You finish practice. You finish the practice. Yeah, you will learn. I'll join your class, okay? Mridanga class, okay? I'll join your Mridanga class. Okay? First. Here, stay. 5, 4. I'll not give you reading minutes then. If you don't leave it, I'll not give you reading minutes. I'll not give you reading minutes.
You won't get the Red Robins ticket. You won't get a free book from class. You want a free book or not?
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakati Sadma Bando Moi Savadhana Mate Jahara Prashade Bhai E Baba Toriya Jai Krishna Prapti Hoy Jaha Hate Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chitete Koriya Kya Arana Kori Ho Mane Asha Shri Guru Charane Rati Aise Uthama Gati
जय प्रसादे पूरे सर्व आशा
जय प्रसादे पूरे सर्व आशा
चक्षुदान दिलो जय जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु से दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशित प्रेम भक्ति जहाँ होते अविद्या विनाशा जाते प्रेम भक्ति जहाँ होते अविद्या विनाशा जाते वेदे गाय जहाँ रचरितो वेदे गाय जहाँ रचरितो श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु अधम जनरा बंधु श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु अधम जनरा लोकनाथ लोके राजीवाना लोकनाथ लोके राजीवाना आहा प्रभु करो दया देह मोरे पदा छाया आहा प्रभु करो दया देह मोरे पदा छाया ए बेजा सगु सुख श्रीबु वाना ए बेजा सगु सुख श्रीबु वाना प्रभुपाद पतिता पावाना प्रभुपाद पतिता पावाना जय प्रभुपद जय प्रभुपद प्रभुपद जय 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 प्रभुपद प्रभुपद जय प्रभुपद जय प्रभुपद जय
प्रभुपद जय प्रभुपद जय प्रभुपद
नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्ता स्वामिनिति नामिने नमः
विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने
नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे
गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे
Pastatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada
Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada.
Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari
Jai. 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 Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Jai.
The lotus feet of our spiritual master are the only by which we can attain pure devotional service. I bow down to the lotus feet of great honor reverence. By his grace, I can cause the ocean much suffering and obtain the mercy of Krishna. My only wish is to have my consciousness purified by towards only from his lotus mouth. Attachment to his lotus feet is the perfection that fulfill all desires. He opens my dark eyes and fills my heart with transcendental knowledge. He is my Lord, birth after birth. From him my static prema emanates, by him begins to destroy. The Vedic scriptures sing of his character. Our spiritual master is an ocean of mercy, friend of the poor and Lord of master the devotees. O Master, be merciful unto us. Give us the shade of your lotus feet. Your fame is spread all over the three worlds. We take shelter at your lotus feet. You are the Savior of most fallen souls. Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai.
I'm just looking at the video.